Hey, everybody, and welcome back to For the Booze.
Not really welcome back.
JK.
Because I've been very sick.
Yes.
Since the last episode, I have a small bout of COVID, and I have been sleeping a lot.
A lot.
And resting, but
yes,
we didn't want to get back in the groove of not putting anything out like we started to do at the end of last year. But I discovered that there was an episode that somehow went unreleased back in April of 2023. And because I'm obsessive, I have OCD about our episodes, I save everything.
Yep.
So we're going to go ahead and put this out. This was a For the News segment that, again, we did back kind of like mid-April. It was during all like the Zach Bagans and Destination Fear stuff. But I do want to preface this before we put it out, because a lot of things have changed since then. Mm-hmm. You know, we used to be very big, like, into supporting Destination Fear. But I'm not going to speak for you, but I will speak for myself. That, especially in light of everything that's been happening lately, I'm sure you guys know, I didn't want to do another episode on this whole Satori and Cody thing.
You mean you didn't want to get into the foot fetish stuff?
No. But I'm just not, I have no faith left in them, and it's sad because, you know, we told everybody who listens to us, you know, support them, and we did too. Like, it's not just you guys,
absolutely.
We did too. So, I mean, by all means, if you like them, keep watching them, but for me, anyways, they're pretty much up there with the Oh My Goshes and the Twin Paranormals, and I mean, because that's the gang that they run in now.
It's a shame. I feel like they went to YouTube and kind of just started running with the wrong crowd, maybe?
They did.
I don't know.
They did, and they even started doing like the clickbaity,
very.
Everything's a demon now. So take that for what it is. We're not telling you not to listen to them, but we need to say something on our show because we kind of feel, I don't know, kind of bad, I guess, because we told everybody, yeah, we support them, they're good to go, and then they turned out to be this way, so... But anyways,
well, we can't see the future. So.
Yeah. If we could, we'd probably be doing this much better. But we do have, I do have an episode ready to go. I just didn't have it in me this week to sit down for 10 hours and edit and stuff. So, but it'll be a regular episode next week. We promise. Everything is back to normal. I got to get through this because I feel like death.
Poor baby.
So before we get into this, though, we're gonna have a little quick ad break. I know it sucks, and then we're gonna get on to
a bonus episode. Really,
a bonus episode.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of For the News.
For the News.
For the News.
All the newsy sounds. So we are back. We are going to go ahead and wrap up the paranormal drama with the Bagans.
The Baganses?
The Baganses. And yeah, this will probably be the last episode we do on this.
Maybe.
The only way we will do another one is if something really big comes out about it. Because I don't really feel like after this, I just can't see there being much more to cover from this. So we'll see what happens. Unless like maybe Ghost Adventures gets canceled or something, then that would be a pretty interesting story. But
you think?
we've been kind of letting this build up, and some of you probably already know all this, and if you do, that's fine, then this episode isn't for you, but this is for the people who aren't, you know, going through the internet and looking through everything, and we just waited and compiled a bunch of stuff for you to listen. So this is all the drama that has been unfolding since our last For the News, when Destination Fear was canceled and became Project Fear, and
Yay.
Nick Groff came out with his stuff, and Dakota said his piece and everything. So,
and good for them. Good for them for finally sticking up for themselves.
Hey, it's this one's gonna have some weird twists and turns, but
Ugh. You know all the drama. I am here with you, Booze Crew, listening for the very first time to all the drama unfolding.
Well, I have to. I have to know. So, after the Nick Groff story had kind of come out, I don't know the exact time length from which it came out after, but some of you might know a man named Bill Hartley, who was the host of Ghost of Shepherdstown. And now Ghost of Shepherdstown, it when it came out, it actually was, it started out pretty big, and it just kind of went away after the first season. I know there were talks about it's supposed to come back, but anyways, Bill Hartley decided he was going to make a video. So we're going to hear what Bill Hartley had to say about all this.
Okay.
So here we go, Mr. Bill Hartley. Take it away.
Hey guys, it's Bill, former cast member of the show Ghost of Shepherdstown. I posted a question earlier, seeing in light of all the stuff that's been going on about other shows and other cast members and things that are going on, asking if, since this past weekend with a certain person putting out a video talking about what had happened, I thought maybe since the video was from his point of view and his angle, and obviously, that sort of thing, that I thought that maybe I'd post my video as well. A number of people suggested and said that they liked the idea of me doing it, including one of our former cast members, which gave me full blessings to do this, because, that's just how it is. I thought that I'll go ahead and do it. I've been apprehensive. I've been thinking about doing this video for a while now. I knew about Nick's video coming for a few weeks, and so it put it in my head that it might be nice finally to get this off my chest as well. So let me start off by saying that this is in no way a attention grab or anything like that. I know the trolls are going to come out and say that I'm doing this video for whatever reason. I'm not doing it for any other reasons, but for me, therapy is very therapeutic to finally get this off my chest, which I desperately needed to do. And I basically wanted to come clean with the people who have supported me over the years. Supported us, supported the show, and just let you guys know that we do appreciate you guys being in our corner during all this, and what had happened to us, and unfortunately us being forced into radio silence. But because of the fact that video was released this weekend from Nick, who basically kind of opens the door for me to be able to actually tell my truth now. So again, this is coming from my perspective. This is coming from what I know and what I have learned. This has nothing to do with hearsay. This has nothing to do with rumors. This has nothing to do with jumping in on any paranormal drama train. This is just me getting it out. I need it out of me. It's been years, and I just want it off my chest so I can finally say goodbye to Ghost of Shepherdstown and the drama and everything that happened because of it. So let me start by saying that our show, Ghost of Shepherdstown, was only meant to be one season, just one season. It was 6 episodes. It was supposed to be done once it was done. During that time, there was people in production that said, look for a season 2. We're going to do a season 2. And then for the longest time, our filming name was Ghost Shepherds. Horrible name. But that was the working title that they were going with. And then when it got to the point close to the end of filming, they came up with Ghost of Shepherdstown. So that was great. Okay, that's the name. And then they said, well, we'll do that. So season 2 or season 3 or however long we can make this run, we're going to go ahead and just call it Ghost of, and then new name. As you've seen, it's been done twice now since our show. So, show airs. It's the biggest thing that the network had seen at the time as far as ratings go. The ratings stayed pretty consecutive. So, yeah, it happened. Then they even did a special return to Shepherdstown, which aired on A&E, which is weird. But I was the only member of the show that actually, as far as main cast, me, Nick, and Elizabeth, that came back and did anything. And all I did was a voice. They called me a couple times, and I answered and talked on the line, and it was filmed. But then after that, I thought that was it, because it was kind of like a wrap-up show. Then we're told, well, we're going to do a season 2. We want you guys back. So all of us, as far as the investigating side goes, I'm not gonna lie, there was a person on this team on the show that we didn't want to work with again. And we voiced our protests, but we're told there's not really much they can do about it. We would have to work with that person again if we did the show. So we bit the bullet and did it. Season 2 was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, because I was going through a lot of personal issues at the time. And I don't really want to go too much into that, but it was very hard. And there was times during season 2 I said, well, this is it for me. This can go to season 52 and I'm not coming back for another one. Because it's because of all the stress I was under and all the stuff that was happening. So season 2 comes and goes, it airs, we go to New York, and we do our little press thing that they had us go on YouTube and Huffington Post, and we do videos there and stuff like that. And then, season 2 airs, it does well. We're told again, season 3, wait for season 3, we're going to work on season 3. And we're like, great, okay, I guess season 3 is going to happen. And they kept telling us, yeah, season 3 is going to happen, just wait for it. Then we get word that everything got put on a halt as far as anything new being produced, because there was a merger coming. Discovery Channel and Scripps were going to go ahead and merge. And with that, they said once the merger's done, then everything will start picking back up. Well, the merger happens, and we don't hear nothing. Nothing's happening. And then we do start hearing stuff again. Yeah, we're still going to do. And then again, radio silence. So during that, because it was like in December or January when it happened. So by the time we get into the summer months, we're not hearing anything. But then, not just on my side, but on other cast member sides, we started getting messages, calls from people in Louisiana. Well, on our side, it was a friend of Carissa, my wife, who basically told her, hey, look, they're casting for your husband's show down here, but they're telling everyone who's coming in to cast for it, don't tell the cast members of Ghosts of Shepherdstown. Don't bring it up to them. They don't know what we're doing here. Another one of our cast members got pretty much verbatim the same thing from somebody else down in Louisiana. And we're calling each other and saying, are you hearing this? Yeah. Are they down there? No, they can't be recasting us. They must be just casting for other people, because we knew going in at the end of season 2 that if it was a season 3 in a different town, that they wouldn't be using the other people of our show, our historian and our psychic and people like that wouldn't be returning, because to the show it would make more sense to use people who are local to whatever town we're filming. So that was where we were at points, but then we started continuing to hear these rumors. More people are saying, yeah, they're filming for a new Ghost of Shepherdstown down here in Louisiana. So we start messaging and we start commenting back and forth to both network and our production side, which are two different entities. Just always keep that in mind. There's a production side and then there's network. They give the money to production. Production does the filming for the show. So we're getting back and forth with them, and they're like, no, what don't you talk about? No, you guys are it. And then eventually it comes back. Yeah, we're not bringing you guys back. Couldn't quite figure out why. We asked why, this, that, and the other. And eventually, on my side, someone from the production side told me, yeah, they're not bringing you guys back because now that the mergers happen and Discovery and Scripps are now one, and Scripps side had Ghost Adventures, that a particular, let's just say, douchebag in glasses decided that he didn't want to work on a network with a former cast member. He then, apparently, made a phone call to network and said, look, it's my way or the highway. I am not taking, I'm not going to be on the same area as this guy. Now, I go back and I'll go, like I said, I'm the big go-between. I ran and spoke to this particular person who said, yeah, I'm hearing the same thing. He said, well, let me see what I can do. In the meantime, I'm talking to someone, one of our people on the actual network side, and they say the same thing. Look, the issue isn't with anybody in the cast except for Nick. This guy made a phone call and basically said, look, I don't ever want to see him working on this network. Now, instead of what I thought, what others have thought, what others have said, including Nick himself, was basically, well, if the guy's a problem with me, it's no sense torpedoing the entire show and basically screwing over everybody who had been sitting for more than a year waiting to do this season 3. Just recast Nick and bring everyone else back, or who they were going to bring back. But they decided, since new town, new team, just go that way. So, continuing going back and forth a little bit with production and people like that, and I basically say, well, look, I think it's kind of fucked up. And they told me too, yeah, it's fucked up, but there's nothing we can do about it. As a production team, we, network makes our decisions. So, all right, so there's that. Then, and it's a little hurtful, but someone on production side suggested that maybe, okay, you guys are out of the show and everything else, but maybe we can find a way of doing a workaround to bring you and Elizabeth in for a cameo or part of an episode, just to kind of make it look like our new team is having issues and they need your guys' help to come down and help solve whatever that particular episode was going to solve. And I think it was pretty unanimous. We all said, no, we're not going to do something like that. I don't mind being connective tissue if I was going to be more of a part of it, but I'm not going to be somebody that's just left in for like a 5-minute spot, taking time out of my life and my everything else to go down there to film for really nothing. And then on top of that, tell me you're going to have a new team, need our help, which kind of would now make your new team look incompetent, which don't have a lot to say about the other team that they used, except for one particular person. As far as I know, the other two are perfectly fine. But there's one particular person who I guess was supposed to be my my replacement. Went online and started saying shit about us and saying that our show is all new and it's different and it's not Ghosts of Shepherdstown and it has nothing to do with Ghosts of Shepherdstown. And anyone that says it's wrong, and then of course then the first episode airs, and what's the first thing they show? Mike King. So okay, so whatever. This particular guy also, when one of the people that we were talking to down in Louisiana passed away, not too long after, or maybe even during the production of their show, this guy did a GoFundMe and then stole the money. Yeah, my replacement. The guy they decided would be better to me. So basically, he stole their GoFundMe and left this guy's parents or mother with a lot of bills for funeral costs and everything else. And then unfortunately, she passed away not too long after. So probably nothing will ever come from that again. But I did want that to be known that the guy's a creep. He's a thief and don't trust him. But that's just me. So anyway, so we strategically all go to network and say, let us out of our contract, because if something else was to come along and somebody else wanted to use us, we didn't want to be bound to a contract for another year, which was where it would have started at, for us to sit around and twiddle our thumbs. So we get out of our contracts. Little did we know, after we got out of our contracts, we would also, for the most part, be blackballed. Do I know this for sure? No, but if you think about all the other paranormal shows that have run and gone away and then come back, or another show comes back with these cast members, almost in a circle. And not to call anybody out, because I don't, like I said, I know these guys some, but I don't, I don't know them, but I know that they're good guys. But let's take the Ghost Brothers, for example. I mean, they've had like 4 shows now on that network. Each one is a different show because the one gets canceled and they just bring the guys back. To this date, since we got out of our contract, I've never heard anything from the network or any production companies. The one time that I did hear from a production company, they were very much interested in show utilizing me and my wife, Carissa. It was also going to go to Travel Channel, which I said, well, they'll never take that. No, they're fine. Yeah. So we did some Skype interviews and talked about the show and stuff like that, and talked about us. Went to network, and then sure enough, radio silence, and then said, yeah, no, we're going to use someone local because we don't have the time to bring you guys down. So there's that. I've pitched a show idea or two that have gone, looked at, and basically have all been sent back, flagged back, saying, no, I'm not interested. Every one of them said, great concept, great idea, but there's always that underlining why they can't use it, or why they don't want to use me for something. So yeah, and like I said, it all stems from one phone call from one douchebag in glasses that basically put everything in motion. Now, whatever their issue was or is, it's their issues. It's not mine. It's not anybody else affiliated with my show's issue. We weren't part of it. We were just collateral damage from it. So do I feel that I'll ever get back into anything? Probably not. Would I like to? Sure. If things fell into place and, they came back with me with an idea or a location and something to do, it didn't seem stupid, then yeah, I would consider coming back to doing something else. I'm not going to be like some. I'm not going to be making videos to go on YouTube. I'm not going to be making videos to put up on the internet somewhere. I'm basically, for the last couple years, have been completely out of the paranormal field. Don't have the beast anymore. I don't have I have my paranormal equipment, but I'll be damned if I could tell you right where it is right now, besides being boxed up somewhere. Carissa is a very successful psychic who has clients all around the world, but she too doesn't see much happening as far as the entertainment side. Now, funny enough, she did talk about a show idea that she had, a concept that she had in the presence of certain people. And by that I mean people from both production and network sides who, as of last October, a certain show popped up on Netflix, which happened to be her concept verbatim. Now, she didn't see any money from this. She wasn't asked about it, wasn't talked about it. So it's hard to trust things now, But as far as, again, us, it was that douchebag in glasses that and made his phone call that got not on our show canned, but if you keep in mind that we filmed Ghosts of Shepherdstown before Paranormal Lockdown hadn't even started production. In fact, the last day of our filming, Nick got on a plane to go start his show. But the way production was and the way the network aired things, Paranormal Lockdown got put on first. So he got that season, and then after season 2 of us, he was already working on season 2 of that show. And then, of course, then you know what happened with network. His last season wasn't allowed to air in the United States, which was funny because that was what was part of said in the conversation is that, I've got it where that guy will never work in the U.S. again. So his show did not see a season 3 in the States, and then any sequential things that he has done has been stuff that he's done away from networks. So yeah, that guy got his way with a phone call, and I don't think it's fair. I don't think that it's fair that people had to go through things. And I know people are going to say, well, what did you go through? Or this, that. This was a big thing for all of us that worked on that show. This being kicked to the curb for no other reason than a few backwards conversations about that phone call and how, because of one person's disagreement with another, that everything had to basically ship over to something else. And there are going to be a lot of trolls, because I've already seen it before, that are like, well, stay out of this, this is none of your business. Well, the fact that things are going on and truths are now being told, that's not my business. Not at all. But it is my business when I know that I'm going to go back and tell the truth as to what happened to our show. So that is what happened to Ghosts of Shepherdstown. the way things are now, and some of the stuff that I've heard, who knows how much longer certain networks are even going to have paranormal shows. There's so many of them that are rumored to have been canceled now. Of course, I'm sure if they are all canceled and someone else brings about paranormal TV, it won't be me, but I'm sure it'll be them. So there's that. But that's it. The only reason why I'm doing this is I want to get my truth out. I want to be able to explain to everyone who followed our show and wondered what happened to it, finally get the truth. So in a nutshell, one phone call killed our show. They've gone on to make 2 other shows. The last one they even labeled as a ghost of universe. I guess they took a page from 90 Day Fiance or something like that, and it was like, well, we can say these people go with these people and go. So, yep, our show is gone. No chance of it ever coming back, to my knowledge. To my knowledge, not a chance you're going to catch us. At least me. Coming back to TV, just because there's no interest from the people who make TV shows. To be honest with you, there's no interest in me when it comes to anything paranormal anymore. I don't do investigations anymore. I don't do consultations on it anymore. I have not been to a paranormal convention since season 1 aired of Ghosts of Shepherdstown. Don't see any of that coming back, but who knows? I'm a skeptic, as always, but I'm also an optimist, and some things happen for a reason, some things don't. But I think karma is a real bitch, and I think that now that people are telling their truth in regards to certain individuals, namely a douchebag in glasses on an adventure, can basically suck it. Suck it real hard, and I know he likes that. And basically, I hope karma comes and bites him in the ass, because there's a lot of truth being told now. A lot more people are going to be out there. It's not going to be just me. It's not just going to be Nick and the cast of other shows. There's going to be other people that are going to come out that are going to say the same thing. And basically, karma's a bitch, my friend, and it's coming. It's coming. So, again, I want to thank everyone who's watched this. Closing the subject on this, I mean, if someone wants to ask me questions, sure, I may or may not answer. But, you know, this is it.
So, there's a lot going on there.
Oh, my God.
There's a lot happening. So, this is now... That's 3 people to come out about Zach and basically having a hand in having them canceled.
Different shows, different networks.
Oh, man.
It's crazy.
You know,
and can I just say, douchebag in glasses on an adventure?
It's pretty funny.
Come on.
Now,
It was so funny.
I got to say, I stand with Mr. Bill Hartley.
100%.
And I'm going to hold out hope that maybe his show will come back. Maybe if this whole thing comes to a head and real things actually get done about it, maybe they'll see the error of their ways and bring back some people. So if you're having a paranormal convention out there, invite that man. He once had one of the most popular paranormal shows. Invite him out.
Yes, absolutely.
Invite him out.
They were originally for 1 season. They're like, yep, we're doing 2, and then talks of 3, and then they go behind his back.
Yeah, come on.
Like,
invite him out. Let's do right by Mr. Bill Hartley. He really got screwed on this one.
He did, absolutely. And it was his little baby. He loved that thing.
Yep. Okay.
Wow.
So during about around the same week as that, another video came out from a YouTube channel called Destination Spooky, where they dropped a video called 6 Accusations Against Zach Bagans of Ghost Adventures.
Oh.
So we are going to go ahead and we're going to take a little gander at this one as well. This is going to probably be a longer episode, but there's a lot going on, and I would like for everybody to know about it, because this is the genre of things that we love. So
yes, this is the paranormal drama, and we want you guys to know.
Exactly. And
I want to know.
and Megan needs to know.
I do, 100%.
So, and all these people we talk about, go give them a follow. They deserve it. You know, it took a lot for them to come out and tell their side of the story. It can't be easy.
I mean, because obviously with one phone call from someone, all of these...
You mean a douchebag in glasses?
That guy. All these things have happened. It's crazy.
Well, he somehow became larger than life, and I don't understand it, but we'll talk about some more about it. But this is Destination Spooky, 6 accusations against Zach Bagans of Ghost Adventures.
Yes, let's go.
Zach is sensationalizing his own reactions. This accusation comes from Zach himself, actually, in an LA Times story that ran in 2022, where he took a reporter through LA's famous Comedy Store. And I quote, "I am sick and tired of people calling me over-dramatic. It really upsets me. I'm a magnet for energies, and I can't turn that off. I'm a hyper-empathetic person. You start crying, I'm probably going to start crying too." Number 2. The artifacts at Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum are dubious at best. According to journalist at the Skeptical Inquirer and paranormal enthusiast Kenny Biddle, after a trip through Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum, the overall tone was that of dissatisfaction. Furthermore, 2 objects in particular were called out by Biddle in his article. Both are mirrors, Bela Lugosi's mirror and the Captain Smith mirror from the HMS Titanic. That would have been Captain Smith's personal mirror. Number 3. Zach Bagans is douche Bagans when Ghost Adventures visits certain locations. This is an informal accusation, and it's one that I covered in my other video on Zach Bagans. And these are informal accusations I've heard secondhand from locations that I've been to that Ghost Adventures has recorded investigations at. It is said at these locations, which will remain nameless, that Zach and the Ghost Adventures crew can be off-putting towards the people who work there, can be notoriously demanding, and furthermore, sometimes they don't even finish filming, as on the 3rd day, they'll be out drinking, and often the camera crew will come in and grab B-roll on the 3rd day. Once again, this is where the nickname Douche Bagans came from. Number 4. Zach and his ghostwriter plagiarized sections of other books and websites for his own book, Ghost Hunting for Dummies. This is something I touched on in the last video as well. According to skeptic journalist Kenny Bidwell, once again at the Skeptical Inquirer, in his 2019 book, Ghost Hunting for Dummies, Zach Bagans and his co-writer plagiarized from several different sources in order to fill the book, copying entire sections without even changing a thing. This includes a website from ghost hunter Bill Reap, a website from webmaster Steve Higgins, the book Spirit Photography, The Strange and Controversial History by Troy Taylor, and finally, once again, Camera Clues, a handbook for photographic investigation by skeptic and paranormal researcher Joe Nickel. Number 5. Zach got Destination Fear and other ghost hunting shows canceled. Host of Destination Fear, Dakota Layden, who in a post online elaborated that Destination Fear was canceled. A lot of people speculated that even though Zach is an executive producer on Destination Fear, Bagans might have done something to get it and other ghost hunting shows canceled. While Layden later clarified that this is not the case, even though he and Zach are not friends, others have come along, including former Ghost of Shepherdstown investigator Bill Hartley, who, funny enough, co-starred in the show with Nick Groff, but Nick Groff himself would say that Zach also got Paranormal Lockdown canceled. And speaking of Nick Groff, that brings us to number 6. Number 6. Zach got his former friend and Ghost Adventures co-star Nick Groff blacklisted in the industry. In a Twitter post, Nick Groff, former cast member of Ghost Adventures who was there from the beginning, including the famous Goldfield Hotel video, alleges that Zach had him blacklisted within the industry. He goes on to cite Paranormal Lockdown getting canceled, and comments that Zach was heard to make, including that he was the one who got Paranormal Lockdown canceled. Furthermore, allegations of infidelity against Groff surfaced from somewhere that he completely denies to this day. He figures only one person could be responsible for it, And he looks back at Zach, without saying Zach's name. And those are 6 allegations against Zach Bagans. What do you think, traveler? Is Zach Bagans douchebag?
So just more and more and more just keeps coming out.
Wow.
And honestly, I played that video, but I don't think it's anything none of us have ever either suspected or heard. So
yeah, but I want to think that somebody wouldn't be like that, especially in an industry where it's hard enough, like, because it's paranormal. There's so many skeptics out there, but like the people who love the paranormal. And you'd think a community would make it that much better, except you have this one person seemingly.
Again, though, this is
allegedly this one person.
This is the Zach Bagans becoming larger than life. And basically, he is the Travel Channel at this point.
Yeah.
G.A.C. is the Travel Channel.
It's so crazy.
It's even like basically the basis and formula for everything they put out these days.
It is, and it shouldn't be.
But Zach has let it go to his head, and now he allegedly is going after everybody.
Yeah.
Now, this next video is coming from a YouTube channel called Ghosts of Britain, and this is potentially going to be upsetting for my co-host, Megan.
I'm scared. You already told me that I'm going to be upset. I'm scared.
There was an email. I'm not even going to talk about it. Okay. I'm just going to play this for everybody because I know that there were allegations in the beginning around when all this started happening that Zach was going after all shows, including your favorite show, Kindred Spirits.
Kindred Spirits.
So, again, this is Ghosts of Britain. And, again, please go follow all these people on YouTube. I mean,
yes, absolutely.
We're
Show
putting
them
out
some love.
We're putting out a podcast, but really they did all this legwork.
Yeah.
We're just talking about it. We didn't do any of, we didn't dig deep in any of this like they did.
Yeah.
They deserve all the credit. Go like their videos, go follow them, show them some love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just remember, throughout all this, we will be throwing around the word allegedly a lot.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm gonna just be honest. I'm pretty much on the side of everybody else. I'm just gonna throw that
100%. I'm with you.
That's just me.
I am with you.
I didn't want to put words into your mouth. So. All right. So this is Ghost of Britain, and let's hear what he has to say.
I'm scared.
You should be.
Oh God.
Hi there, everybody. So I've got some possible breaking news right now. So last night I was sent an email, and it's to do with Kindred Spirits. I have no idea if the email is legit, but I'm going to read it out. It says, "Hi Lee, I hope you don't mind me sending you this mail. I would like to remain anonymous, please. I have watched your recent videos on YouTube about Destination Fear and Ghost Adventures. I am from the production company Paper Route Productions Inc. Right now, things are not so great for our show Kindred Spirits. The network has gone silent, and there is no news of a new series of the popular hit show Kindred Spirits. We have had no bad dealings with Zach Bagans from Ghost Adventures, and we are not saying it's anything to do with him. There is a number of budget cuts happening right now, and everyone is fighting for the top ratings to keep their show on air. The tensions are very high within the network right now. I will keep you in the loop if anything occurs. Please keep my name and email private if you show this communication mail." So I wasn't quite sure if to talk about this or not, because this is the email of this is not the production company. It looks like it's from a private account. So this has made me go to Facebook and Twitter to see if I can find any information to do with this, and it's pretty interesting with what's been said. So I'm going to basically go to Amy's page, which is Amy's the lead investigator of the show Kindred Spirits. So this was yesterday, 1 day ago. "Watch our show tonight, friends, thank you." And this is like a Twitter statement post. "Hey friends, it's no secret there are a lot of changes happening on the network. we are with. I also know they still have almost a year of paranormal shows and premieres lined up for you guys. That being said, I always assume every season of Kindred Spirits is our last. So while my love and support of the fabulous people who work behind the scenes at the network and our production company does not waver, I respectfully ask, if there was ever a night to watch Kindred live or the day of streaming, today is it. That's a very interesting thing. So it's basically saying, in my opinion, it's asking everyone, it's a crucial time. Now is a crucial time to get behind us, to actually pull in that rating, it seems. So I'm going to go to Twitter. I'm going to read out this. This is also a bit more interesting. So it says, Amy's Twitter. Hey friends, it's way too soon to know if Kindred Spirits is being renewed for season 8. The best you can do is keep streaming. Tell your friends and let the network know you'd like more episodes. Also, despite rumours, no one on the network is trying to have us, it continues, cancelled. We are being asked to comment on a situation we are not personally or professionally involved in at all. We just wish the best for everyone. That being said, as soon as we know something about Kindred related, of course we will let you know. Your support is magic. And then further down, someone called Randy says, if you get cancelled, someone on the network is behind it. Simple fact. And then Amy replies, stop talking about things you have no idea about. If we aren't renewed, it's because of the merger and a business decision. Nothing to do with someone on the network. Very interesting indeed. It's all kicking off. Now, I was actually speaking about this last night to one of our investigators, Nick, and I said I don't think everything to do with the network will be to do with Zach Bagans. I really don't think Zach Bagans will control everything. I just can't see that. I just don't understand how that can happen. So I personally don't think Zach Bagans would be behind this if it's not renewed. We're in a day and age where budget cuts are happening left, right and centre, you know. So it doesn't surprise me if it's just the network wanting to cut down on the money they're spending. And it's making people like want to pull in that rating to actually have a next series. I hope they do give them another series, you know. It's not a nice thing to be taken off. However, I said this on previous videos to do with Destination Fear. Just because they're not renewed, just because there's not another series announced, it never means it will never return. Look at Ghosthunters. That was literally a very popular TV show, and it still is. And that was off air for many years. Absolutely many years. I can't begin to tell you how long it was actually off air for. So I don't know the answer. If you know the answer, let me know in the comments. How long was Ghosthunters off air for? And then recently, past year or two, I believe it could be longer, but I think it's past year or two, it reformed and it come back as Ghost Nation. And yeah, so it is never the end. So if there isn't a series for 5 years, there could still be a series in 6 years. You know, it can always continue in later life, in later time. But it's a very interesting time. I do feel the commotion with what's been going off with Zach Bagans is kind of filtering through into other shows now. You can clearly see this on Amy's Twitter feed. So I do feel that Zach Bagans will get the blame for stuff he's not doing. However, I have no idea. You know, I'm just looking at the situation and talking about it and giving my honest views, honest opinions, and honest feedback on the matter. You can choose to listen to me or you don't. And like I said on a previous video, I'm neutral. I'm on no one's side. I'm just literally saying what I see and just giving you my honest thoughts on what's happening and my reaction to what's happening. Do I believe Zach Bagans it will be behind?
So as we could all assume, everything that's happening can't be Zach's fault.
Right.
But the only issue that I have with this scenario is that there were talks in the very beginning of this, before this really even came out, because this is 3 weeks ago all this went down.
Right.
That Kindred Spirits was one of those shows that were under the microscope because of Zach Bagans. So it would have been before this video ever came out. That's the only thing. And another thing I want to throw out there is because he brought up ghost hunters, and if you listen to our show, you know that I was a huge original Ghost Hunters fan. I thought it was better than every other show on television. I think Grant Wilson, if Kindred Spirits gets canceled, to get with Amy Bruni and Adam Berry and anybody else who didn't make the cut for the now Ghost Hunters that's on television and make their own new show, but do it in the way that Ghost Hunters used to do it.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
I think that would be incredible.
My God.
And Grant Wilson, if you ever hear this, I am still a huge fan. I would still love to talk to you. So reach out. I would love to have an interview with you. We would love to have an interview with you. And you are still probably our favorite investigator. So,
absolutely. Dude,
please.
that would be such a
honor.
Powerhouse move to and honor, yes, to have Grant on. But to merge all of those people together and just all the badasses from over the years and just put them in a show together.
Oh yeah, that would be next level.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so that kind of wraps up what all the stuff that went down about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Now, I kind of went back and forth about this. I was going to play the full video of Keith Linder, who was he was the owner of a home on an episode of Ghost Adventures, but it's very long. And not that there's anything wrong with that. If you want to see the whole video, go to Keith L. Demons in Seattle on YouTube, and the whole video's on there. It's like 30 minutes or just over. But Lainey and Ben, who I guess we're telling you to subscribe to everybody, but subscribe with a skeptical mind. But they did do some very good research on this topic. I have to give them that.
Okay.
And we are going to play their cut of this video because it kind of is already cut down, and it'll just kind of give you the gist of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna go ahead and play that. And this is from Lainey and Ben, but again, subscribe with some skepticism. So
yes,
let's
just keep that in mind.
Let's listen to what they have to say about this.
Many instances of him and his family being absolutely berated online, sometimes even racially.
My name is Keith Linder. This video is on my YouTube channel with my other 500 or so videos. Those interested in what those videos are can just Google Keith Linder or Keith L on YouTube. But let's get right to it. I met Zach. I met Ghost Adventures. I was on the episode titled Demons in Seattle. That episode aired February 28th of 2015. And it was a very controversial episode, very controversial. It was one of the few episodes in the history of Ghost Adventures where they left a location, that being our house, with no evidence of poltergeist or what they would call a demonic activity. And it created a firestorm online and social media. It created a firestorm in the paranormal community, mainly because them leaving empty-handed. People thought me and Tina were hoaxing or attention-seeking. thought we were blowing our claims out of proportion. And the episode, when it originally aired, me and Tina were not given any preview of the episode when it originally aired. That was weird. We saw it this first time. The world saw it the first time. And we were attacked. We were attacked and were viewed by many as wasting Ghost Adventures time. How dare we pull them in and waste their time, suggesting as if we have any control over what the spirits do. And we took a lot of slack for it, Tina especially. Tina was attacked online. Tina is a smart, intelligent, beautiful black woman. There were caricatures of her drawn on both Twitter and Facebook. And I, being sort of the lead, if you will, between me and Tina, went to Ghost Adventures, went to the production crew, We had not heard from them since. They came November of 2014. The episode aired 2015, February. And we had not heard anything. Dead silent, cold silence. And then when we were attacked, I went to them to ask them could they sort of do something out, to put a statement out there that will lessen the attacks on us. You know, sticks and stones, they say, can't, may break your bones and names will never hurt you. But the toxicity, the venom, the caricatures, the racial epithets being hurled at Tina and me and myself. People were calling Tina the demon lady and misdrawing her and posting pictures of her in a bad way on Twitter and Facebook. And all I wanted to do was ask Ghost Adventures to sort of put a statement out there to sort of lessen that, tell their fans to calm down, walk it back a little bit, but they didn't. And I was very put off, secondly, by the way we were portrayed, meaning that if you watch the episode, Demons in Seattle, the way it was put together, edited, suggested that there was something nefarious going on, or there was an innuendo implied. Several statements made, several questions made, questions that, and I being, there when the episode was filmed, were rhetorical. Asking questions to each other, sitting at a round table, where these were rhetorical questions that they knew the answer to. Number one, the episode never originally implied or mentioned to its viewers that a family who lived in the home 4 years before we did had similar activity. They never said that on the show.
Keith then goes on to say that after the Ghost Adventures team came over to his house, he had multiple people come out to his house. These investigators stayed in his home for a while and, in Keith's words, walked away with substantial evidence of, quote, an intelligent haunting, which validated Keith's claims, and all of this evidence was published immediately, with these findings being published by some top people within the paranormal community, even having a parapsychologist come out and confirm his claims. He sent these findings over to the Ghost Adventures crew in the hopes that they would be able to update their viewers on developments within his home, but this never happened.
Our claims were proven to be true a year and a half to 2 years after Ghost Adventures left, when another team, two teams, a North America team led by Nikki Novell, who was the name, and her team assembled and found evidence, lived in the home for 3.5 weeks. Coinciding with them almost was the UK team from the United Kingdom, who flew over 3,000 miles, 4,000 miles, and lived in the home for 2.5 weeks, 2 trips, 2.5 weeks total. Parapsychologist Steve Mera, who at the time had over 35 years ghost investigative experience. His chief researcher at the time, Don Phillips, and Nick Kyle. Remember those names, Steve Mera, Nick Kyle, and Don Phillips. And they made their evidence public almost immediately, what they found, and were able to substantiate, and I say this in all capital letters, substantiate what me and Tina had been reporting. And the crux of the matter, long story short, the home was labeled an intelligent haunting, localized intelligent haunting, landlocked intelligent haunting / poltergeist infestation. And so that went out to the prayer community, and that's where my vindication was.
Keith also goes on to mention that he believes that Zach is not a paranormal researcher and doesn't believe he does any research behind closed doors, and instead labelled him as a ghost hunter, and says that he only ever does anything when the cameras are rolling.
I never viewed Zach as a real, true ghost or paranormal researcher. Zach, in my opinion, is not a ghost or paranormal researcher. He's a ghost hunter. He stays high level in his investigative methodology. I feel pretty comfortable by saying this. Zach does not spend time investigating the paranormal unless a camera is being filmed in front of him. He's not one I can picture doing homework.
Keith then ends the video by stating that he's saddened by the fact that Zach and the Ghost Adventures team left him and his family out to dry on national TV because they didn't find anything. Yet when other people did find things, there weren't any rectifications to help Keith and his family from getting a bombardment of online abuse, sometimes even racially profiling.
My conclusion is my summation around Zach Bagans is, and this is based on my experience with him, and how he handled our case and how he could be orchestrating or these revelations about him, and how he had the demon house demolished soon after he concluded his investigation, makes me feel with a near 100% surety that Zach has set himself as some sort of, Michael Corleone leader of the paranormal community, if there should happen to be one. In regards to entertainment, in regards to what shows make it to television, in regards to subject matter. He wants to be at the tier top. Anything he views as a threat, that doesn't necessarily have his name on it, he doesn't want it to be around. He may go to the network and say, I'm going to take my show and go elsewhere, or I'm going to sit this one out, or whatever they do behind the scenes. To cut people off at the knees. I believe that. I believe this is something straight out of Zach Bagans' playbook. He's not one to work well with others, and this is not a personal attack. I know Zach has friends, and he's right to have friends, and I'm pretty sure he has allies. Some will probably come after me after this airs, and he has fans, and he has orchestrated his fans in a way through years, through careful TV programming, to think of the truth as relates to the paranormal as only coming through the prism of Zach Bagans, and that's wrong. I'm a firm believer of the paranormal, especially malevolent activity. I'm a survivor of it. I lived it. I lived 4 years in a Bothell house, suffered greatly. I have tremendous PTSD from that experience. I still occasionally do have paranormal events happening around me, and I'm no longer in the Bothell home. So I'm a believer in that. But I also, before I met or was thrown into the paranormal, I do know that you cannot have a setup where all the truths, all the discussions, all the topics have to be prismed or corralled or funneled, let's use that word, funneled through you. There needs to be a debate. There needs to be a difference of opinion. There needs to be a analysis. There needs to be a peer review of the evidence that any paranormal investigator captures. You need to share it with skeptics. You need to share it with your colleagues. You need to share with your enemies. You need to share with those who you don't really think should be shared with, because you want to stay true and you want your evidence to hold up against the test of time. And my reason for sending Nikki and her team's evidence to Zach is because I thought they were peers. My reason for sending Steve Mara and Don Phillips and Nick Kyle's evidence to Ghost Adventures because I thought these were your peers. And for you to go on TV and to play otherwise shows a real character flaw, shows a level of narcissism, a level of being egotistical, thinking that it's my highway, I run and control what's on the Travel Channel. I'm the content manager, talking about Zach Bagans. And that's wrong. That's wrong, but it's not against the law. But there is an ethics to there. And I think Zach is exposing, or what has recently come out about Ghost Adventures and Zach Bagans in particular, exposes his character flaw. What you're doing to your colleagues is shameful, and in my opinion, is an embarrassment. But it does fit the profile and the actions you did to myself and to Tina, and how you handled our case and how you betrayed us on national TV. Paranormal investigators, researchers, and ghost hunters, I feel, should follow the oath of do no harm. And you did a lot of harm to Tina, to me, and to others. And you never corrected that. And that's not what this video is about. I don't think you will. But it's interesting to know you're staying true in regards to now you're impacting those around you, and revelations coming out about you stifling intellectual thought from other individuals and their shows because you feel it rivals yours or could rival yours. It's not surprising. And on that, I will close out.
And it's actually really clear to see in the video that Keith is very disgruntled by the entire interaction.
So that's a big one.
My guy. He's just putting it all out there. I like it.
And I know why other people aren't just outright saying his name, because they have shows and
right.
They're trying to be as professional as possible, but it's nice that somebody is just straight up calling him out by name.
Absolutely.
And the fact that they went through all this and the show, who ultimately could have changed that, they did nothing. It is very disheartening for that man and his family.
It is. Absolutely. And for the followers of Ghost Adventures,
There are tons.
You are cruel. That is absolutely uncalled for. And like he said, yeah, they didn't get any evidence, but the ghosts aren't just going to be
We've said that before on
cool,
the show.
We're going to come out for anybody and everybody.
We have said that multiple times.
Absolutely. You cannot put a timeline on when ghosts are going to do things.
Now, this isn't on our itinerary, but I wanted to bring this up because it would have been right around this time. I went on Twitter, because I'm on Twitter, and I had made a comment on one of many thousands of these people's post calling Nick Groff and everybody liars and frauds, and I got attacked.
Really?
But I don't back down, because I don't care what people on social media think about me. But yeah, there's a pretty big Ghost Adventures fan page, and this girl is ruthless, and she goes after everybody. So hey, if you ever listen to the show, that was me. But she is very mean to everybody, so I could only imagine what the rest of them are doing to these people. And not everybody who likes Ghost Adventures, of course, is like this.
Right.
I mean, because we watched it for a long time, and I wouldn't go after anybody.
Right. But I do think they have sort of a, and I don't want to say this, but it feels like a cult following.
They do have a cult following.
And it's like, what? Like, why?
There are people who will fight everybody online just to the end over it. It's so great. It is very crazy.
Wow. Insane. And I am so glad he came out and said his truth, for sure.
Now,
because it was not fair to him.
No, it definitely wasn't. And not cool using racial things against people.
No.
I don't care
Not
what
at
color
all.
you are. Just racial stuff just stop. Just don't do it.
Just doesn't even need to be involved in anything ever.
It has nothing to do with anything ever.
Right.
But around this time, a video came out on TikTok from a group called, I'm not actually sure how this works. I don't have TikTok, so I kind of had to piece this one together myself. But there was a group called Utah Paranormal who clipped down and found an exposure of Zach Bagans, and it is hilarious.
Ooh.
And this guy, Paranormal Chris, on TikTok, which if you have TikTok and you're a paranormal fan, you probably know who this guy is. He made a little TikTok about it, and we're going to listen to it. We might have to listen to it twice, because I want to make sure that everybody hears what is actually said in this video.
Okay.
This is a fun one. I am very excited to play this because I think it's hilarious. And if you get the chance and you're on TikTok, find Paranormal Chris and watch the video, because the video that goes along with it is equally as funny. So here we go with this one.
Okay, I'm coming over to your side so I can watch the screen.
Okay, that's fine.
You've heard people talking about Zach Bagans and how the show Ghost Adventures is either fake or scripted. You can thank Utah Paranormal for this clip right here.
Can I ask you a question, Rabbi? Yes. Are you familiar with a Dybbuk or Dybbuk box? I read up on it today because of the Dybbuk box. I read about it. Okay. Are there demonic possessions in not that much that I believe that they really could have, that they could take control of you, that I would be concerned about. All right. So that may not be good with your script, but that's my personal belief. Okay, let's go over here.
So, not only did you hear the rabbi say that he was told to read up on the Dybbuk box, but that he doesn't believe there's any evidence to support that the Dybbuk box would be haunted or hold any type of possession over anyone. And then he goes on to say, this might not actually be good for your script, and you can literally watch Zach Bagans get pissed off and march right on out of there. Classic. If you actually want to know the true history of the Dybbuk box, hop on over to my friend Kenny Biddle's page. You'll see him in the caption below. And
Tell me that's not funny.
Oh my God.
Tell me that's not funny. I mean, and like, because everybody else isn't watching this with us.
Yeah.
It is, you can literally see Zach Bagans' face, like, just changes instantly.
He's just like,
oh, and he is so mad.
Oh
he gets
my God.
so mad. I couldn't tell you how much I love this clip. So thank you, Utah Paranormal, and thank you, Paranormal Chris, for throwing that out there into the world for all of us. Now I'm gonna play. I'm just gonna isolate that one part, and we're gonna listen to it one more time, because I love it.
right here.
Can I ask you a question, Rabbi? Yes. Are you familiar with a Dybbuk or Dybbuk box? I read up on it today because of the Dybbuk box. I read about it. Okay. Are there demonic possessions in not that much that I believe that they really could have, that they could take control of you, that I would be concerned about. All right. So that may not be good with your script, but that's my personal belief. Okay, let's go over here.
So,
Oh man, that's
that was good.
I love
that was so good.
So I mean, there are tons of accusations. Now we are pretty much at the end. We have one more video to watch.
Okay.
There is something that I made a mistake about in the very beginning of the series, and that is how this all started. I was under the assumption that it kind of started with Dakota and Nick and all them, but apparently this started from a guy on TikTok named Haunted Hikes, who I believe claims to have worked on the set of Ghost Adventures.
Oh.
And he, after that all went down, I believe he dropped his TikTok account, or he got kicked off of TikTok, or something to that effect.
Uh-huh.
And then he came back with a bunch of wild claims, and this guy's account doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
So there wasn't a way for me to go back on a TikTok and find it. So we're going to actually go back to Lainey and Ben one more time, because they covered this and they had the videos, and I want to be able to play them.
Did they had it like when it happened?
I don't know how they got it.
Okay.
I didn't like scour the internet for them, because they already had it compiled into like a cohesive thing. So I just went with theirs. I'm like I said, I am very skeptical with these guys.
Yeah.
For my own reasons. If you want to know why, go visit somebody named The Shape on YouTube.
Oh, yes.
And he'll kind of fill you in on why I feel this way.
Yep.
But as far as this topic goes, they did do some very good, research about it. So I feel pretty comfortable going back to their YouTube to use this. I wouldn't tell you to go watch anything else from them, But if you like them,
it's not a paranormal investigation. It's just research on drama.
I'm not throwing shade on anybody who likes them. We all know as paranormal enthusiasts and fans of paranormal investigations that some of us have different opinions on different people, their methods, and so if this is a team, if these not a team, but if this is a channel you believe, I will never tell you not to believe in them.
Absolutely.
Okay, that is fine. It's just not mine. It's not somebody that I go to.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you want to know why, go over to The Shape on YouTube. And I have taken a lot of stock in the things that he says because he also backs it up with visuals and breaks it down. But again, if this is a favorite of yours, that's fine. I'm not attacking you. That's perfectly fine. Keep watching them.
They make it enjoyable. Yes.
Yes, it is very entertaining.
Yes.
So we're going to go back to them for this one because, again, they clip together and it's very well done. I've been watching all their videos on this because I really like the way they did it. But this is going to be kind of the twist at the end. It's really weird.
Oh.
Let's just listen to it.
Okay.
Did you guys really think that I was going to let some wannabe paranormal internet fucking bully named Paranormal Chris stop me from telling the truth? Not just no, but... What, Biddy? Fuck no. Because Paranormal Chris got my DMs on Instagram trying to be a fucking bully and I'm going to rough you up. Guess what? I asked around... I talked to Chris's ex and did a little research. And I found out some truth on Chris that he doesn't want let out on social media. At all. At all, I bet. So, Chris should probably shut the fuck up. How about that? Anyway, Biddy's the real star of TikTok right here. Boop, boop. He said that he's missed all you guys. I gotta tell you, Nick with his Twitter whole video, holy shit, did he take the pussy way out with his fucking, my ex-host, Zach. But the host that I worked with, Zach, you know how many lies Nick told in that fucking 6-minute video? That I 100% know for fact he told 3 fucking lies that I'll tell you guys about. I'm gonna expose him too. Fuck him. If he's gonna just roll over and be ZDB's, Zach Douchebag as he's known in the industry, his little fucking whipping boy, man, truth's gotta come out. I know it. I can tell it. I got proof to back it up too. Like I said, Biddy's the superstar of TikTok. And Paranormal Chris, by the way, I got parts 5 through 50, 60, 70 coming up. Stay tuned. But for Paranormal Chris and his wannabe, I'm an internet bully, because he can hide behind his phone because he has 0 experience in paranormal field whatsoever. 0 experience in the paranormal television field. I got 1 verse for him. I'll see you guys soon, by the way. This goes out to fucking Paranormal Bully Chris. Biddy's the real star, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with parts 5 through 50. If you have questions, hit me in the comments, because I'm going to answer them. Peace!
In this video, he states that Paranormal Chris was a, quote, bully, and he had some, quote, dark secrets that he wouldn't want Chris to have on the internet after speaking to Chris's ex. Also, he stated that he had parts 5 through to 50 of his story on Zach Bagans, and he'd begin posting very soon. But as of yet, these videos have not been released. Then on the 15th of April, he'd upload another video.
I'm back again here on TikTok. I thought, oh, by the way, he's in here, nuzzled up. I thought that I would let Nick tell his truth, which ended up being the biggest wussy pussy bullshit ever. He hand-picked the questions. He didn't even fucking cover what you guys want to know. Was Ghost Adventures ever faked? Was shit hoax? Was shit set up? He took the easy way out. I'm going to do a whole ass video on his video. And I like Nick. Nick's cool. He's a good investigator. But he lost me at paranormal power couple. Really? That's what marketing is today? Is he saying in his intro, paranormal power couple? Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, I only have 5 minutes, so I got to talk quick. In 2010, I did a paid event with G.A. at Eastern State Penitentiary. Okay? They had filmed an episode in early, I believe, 2009 that aired in the summer, June, July, August of 2009. We were going to do this paid event where you guys paid $150, I think it was, for a 2-hour ghost hunt with us and G.A. Aaron was there. Everybody was there. ZDB. Zach was there too. If you have questions about this, by the way, let me know down in the comments. Because I am the one that answers your comments. Nobody else. I don't have a team. He's asleep. I do the answering of the questions. And I think for $250, you got a VIP experience. You got a meet and greet for like 20 minutes prior. Well, there's always a staging area on these paid ghost hunts. Just like a haunted house. There's a staging area where someone tells you, a great storyteller will tell you the story, give you the chills. It's all about the preconceived notions, right? Because preconceived notions will scare the living shit out of everyone. But, and of course, Eastern State Penitentiary, pinch, pulled, scratched, hair, picks on women, shadow people, apparitions, blah, blah, blah. I spent a day and a half before the event in Eastern State Penitentiary. All I heard was old building creaking noises. Creak here, creak there. Anyway, we're like 7-8 minutes into this paid ghost hunt from you guys, the fans. And I hear this boom, boom, and the whole ground shakes. Everybody's, what was that? What was that? And Zach was like, oh, what the hell was that? And I was like, it's so fishy, like starting right off the bat with this. I scurried ahead down the cell block, like maybe 200 feet. And on the right, there was this door that said electrical room, employees only. I open the door, it's pitch dark. I reach around, find a light, turn the light on. There's a GA crew member. Literally, I catch him beating on the wall. Bang, 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 which was the boom, boom. Because it's like steel, right? And I was like, you have to be kidding me. So I duck back out, head down the cell block, go back. There's a field producer there from Discovery, which owns travel, history, all that stuff. And the field producer's like, what's up? I was like, I'm out. I don't do this fake setup bullshit. That's just not what I do. And he was like, oh, so I go back to my hotel. Anyway, I had been friends with Zach for like 3 years at this point. Didn't know anything about this bullshit setup. It really fucking pissed me off. It kind of threw like this weird awkward moment in our friendship at the time. But I was like, I'm out of here. This is fucking ridiculous. So, that was my first paid event with them, and I straight busted a GA guy banging on the fucking wall to get a fucking jump scare. Not a jump scare, just a fucking, what was that out of people? And I don't play that bullshit. That's not what I do. And I told the Discovery that from the get-go. Anyway, got lots of tea to spill. That's the first one. Tune in, part 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, whatever it is. I got a ton. And I'm going to cover Dakota, Destination Fear, their cancellation, their new show. And I'm going to cover Nick's wussy video with his paranormal power couple and all that bullshit. Stay tuned. I appreciate you guys. Like, comment, share this video. And if you have questions, ask them. Because I'm going to be the one answering them. Nobody else. And that will be the paranormal tea and the paranormal truth, because there isn't a question that I won't answer. I'll see you guys. Appreciate you. We have now moved, we're in the Colorado Rocky Mountains. deep, like 4 miles into the Rocky Mountains. So leave a comment, subscribe, share, follow me, ask questions. Peace!
In the video, Haunted Hikes goes on to say that during a paid event with Ghost Adventures, Haunted Hikes caught a crew member faking things around the building that they were in to try and get some scares. But Paranormal Chris once again got hold of this footage and decided to do some digging. And it would seem that not everything that was said in this video is true, according to Chris's research.
I'm back again here on TikTok.
Yep, he's back again, and he's got more lies that he's feeding to the public. But if you're seeing me, guess what? I found out that he's lying.
In 2010, I did a paid event with G.A.C. at Eastern State Penitentiary.
So I went on the hunt for this so-called paid event because no doubt there was some video evidence of it. And check this out. So I Google searched the date and the location and of course Ghost Adventures, and this video down here popped up, which was filmed by Aaron Sagers. And in the caption of the video, you can see it says Ghost Adventures Paranormal Event at Eastern State Penitentiary 2010. But also notice it was uploaded March 23rd, 2023, almost 3 weeks ago. So after he was banned about 3 or 4 weeks ago for trying to come at me, it looks like he might have found this video and this is where he's getting his information from. But let's see what else he has to say.
There's a field producer there from Discovery, which owns travel, history, all that stuff. And the field producer's like, what's up? I was like, I'm out. I don't do this fake setup bullshit. That's just not what I do. It's my first paid event with them, and I straight busted a GA guy banging on the fucking wall to get a fucking jump scare. Not a jump scare, just a fucking, what was that out of people? And I don't play that bullshit. That's not what I do. And I told the Discovery that from the get-go.
So in the YouTube video online of this event, you can see where it says down here that Aaron Sagers was a speaker at Dave Schrader's paranormal event at Philadelphia's Eastern State Penitentiary featuring the Ghost Adventures. If you guys don't know who Dave Schrader is, he's a huge name in the paranormal community, as he's also got a profile on IMDb. And he's also on Twitter, where I've been following him for a while, as he has almost 112,000 followers, and it shows that he was on shows like Holster Files and Ghost of Devil Perch on the Travel Channel and Discovery Plus. So I reached out to Dave and I got his permission to use this message thread from Twitter on this video, and he states, "It was my event. There were no Ghost Adventure producers or Discovery Channel, Travel Channel people there. There were no field producers. It had nothing to do with TV, and it was my event, Darkness Events, nothing to do with the production company or network. Never was." He goes on to say there was nothing that happened like he explained in that video talking about haunted hikes, because I sent him the video. I personally ran those events, so I can honestly say none of what he said made any sense. And he also states, "I do know no one ever left in the first part of the investigation because of those claims ever, as I would have been the one to walk them out." And I even messaged Tessa Groff about the incident, and she responded back after talking with Nix. Dave called us and we talked about the whole event. This guy was never there for sure. And to top it off, he said that he ran into crew from Discovery, but here it shows that Discovery actually didn't buy the network's parent company, Scripps Network Interactive, which was part of Travel Channel, till 2018, not 2010. He is once again lying and a fake.
During this research, Chris looked up the event itself, found the producer and filmmaker of that episode, and reached out to them, who disproved everything that Haunted Heights was saying in his video. And as if that wasn't enough, Chris also reached out to Tessa Groff, the wife of Nick Groff, who also disproved the claims that were being made. What's also worth mentioning is that before Haunted Heights' initial leaving of TikTok, he did block anyone that disagreed with him on these comments. And as seen by the way that he spoke about Chris in its other videos, it's safe to say that he didn't like people challenging him or his videos. But around 2 hours after Chris's video...
Almost 2 hours after that video, that guy, Haunted Hikes, took his page down.
Wow. First of all, I don't like that guy. I don't like his
demeanor. his whole being.
Everything. Like all of it. He rubs me the wrong way. I don't like him.
He was a little much to handle.
Yeah.
But from what I remember kind of reading, he kind of kicked all this off, though, with some claims off in the beginning. So if you dig around, you can find the video. But that's where we are today. More people coming out and just crazy claims all around. But the reason I said that I kind of want to end it here is because I think we originally did this because of Destination Fear.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because I feel like them and Nick and like Bill Hartley and all them people and Keith L and all them, they are the real story here because they are the ones that took the brunt of all of this. While we are focusing on like the bad things that Zach is doing, I feel like a lot of us probably already figured Zach was this way.
Yeah.
So the real victims in all this are the people that are being affected by it. And
it's unfortunate. It's uncalled for. And I think the ego needs to be knocked down like a whole 15 levels.
I wouldn't be surprised if more people come out, we'll do another piece on this. If not, then you'll just be getting regular paranormal news from around the internet.
Wow. That's a lot. It's a lot going on.
It is a lot, and it's very crazy. So, look, we're not going to sit here and tell you guys what to think. You know, we're just giving you the news of it all, and you can form your own opinion on it. You know, what do you believe? You know, let us know. Let us know where you stand. You know, send us an email or tweet out at us or something. But it's very interesting. It is very interesting.
It is interesting, and I want to know, like, in the future, I will be watching, like, is this going to affect anything?
It may affect
a lot of things.
A lot of the paranormal shows over on, Discovery Plus. So I don't know.
But is it going to affect the main thing?
What main thing? Are you talking about Zach Douche Bagans?
Yeah.
I can't help it. I love that. I think that's hilarious, and it just works so well.
I don't know. I want it to just, if these claims are true and the awful, awful things that this one person in glasses is doing to all of these people, how is that not going to affect what you've got going on?
Yeah. Well, only time will tell.
Yeah.
Like I said, plan on this being the last one, but we may do more on it if more stuff comes out. So, again, just let us know where you stand on all this. And if you take out of any of this that we're telling you can't believe this person, or that's not what we're saying.
No, not at all.
We have our own opinion, and you're allowed to have your own opinion, and we can meet somewhere in the middle, and that's fine. Because, honestly, the only thing it really affects any of us with is what shows are we going to have left to watch?
Yeah, right.
And honestly, I can't remember any paranormal drama other than like when Grant Wilson left Ghost Hunters, that even nothing has come close to this scenario. So.
No, not at all. And, it's really sad that Destination Fear and, Ghost of Shepherdtown, and like they're gone now, but shows do end on TV regularly.
They do.
However, we do have Project Fear to look forward to.
Absolutely. And
because they are already filming.
That's right. Yeah, they've been filming, I think, for about a week and a half now.
They're on a road trip already.
Yep. They did their last TV appearance on Ghost Hunters.
Yep, on the new episode.
I think that was like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. And yeah, I'm imagining they'll be putting out something on YouTube soon.
I am so freaking excited.
Hey, I can't wait.
So excited.
I can't wait to see what they do without the network.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it could totally be completely different.
I have a feeling it will be. I think we'll still get the same kind of show, but I think it's going to be different.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Only time will tell. Only time will tell.
Yeah.
Well, where can they find us?
They can find us on Instagram at @forthebooze_podcast and on Facebook at @forthebooze.
You can also find us on Twitter at ForTheBooze and over on YouTube. This will be on there as well at, you guessed it, For the Booze. And don't worry if I have to say this. We did have some listeners already sent in. And don't worry if you are one of those people. We are reading them, but we wanted to save them for our regular episodes.
Yes, I am so excited.
That's right. We have some very good ones. And one of them is supposedly going to be a 3-parter. So
yay!
I can't wait. I can't wait. But I guess this is it. This is the last for the news on this one. I don't know when the next one will come out because we just kind of do them when we want to do them these days. So I guess we'll be back soon with something else.
Well,
Monday. We'll be back Monday.
Yes,
with something
for
else.
sure. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening, and we will see you in the next one.
On the next one.
Bye.